Hi, I'm KATHRYN DYER, and this is my husband.
KARL ZOLTAN.
And you're listening to
Can't Tell You Everything podcast.
So today we are going to be talking about your near-death experience.
Yeah.
This is hard for me to talk about because honestly, it scared me the most I've ever been scared in my life.
No, I hear you. And yeah, it didn't work out the way we planned. It was just a normal photography adventure.
Well, that's what it was meant to be.
And we went on many. So it was just another one.
We had all our gear. We even planned to spend the night thinking, we'll have a night away. It'll be nice.
Oh, yeah.
We have places to go the next day. We thought, let's get the most out of this trip. And we sure got the most out of it.
Yeah, we did. And then, we went and shot some beautiful locations, had a great day. It started out awesome. Then we went to the hotel and relaxed and
ate dinner.
Yeah. And as we talked about before, when we have a big day like that, sometimes you get, a little wore out. I get a little wore out myself. And then we went to bed. And when we woke up, I kind of wanted to go shoot sunrise.
I was not that far out from cancer treatment then.
No,
I barely was getting my hair back. And you wanted to go shoot sunrise.
Drove to Emerald Bay and parked. I was kind of the only one there. So I liked that.
It was freezing cold out still.
Yeah, it was cold. Nobody was there. I shot my sunrise. This is great. So I'm driving home and naturally I go, shoot, sunrise from there. Eagle Falls is right there and there's nobody there. So instead of just shooting sunrise and going back, I said, I get Eagle Falls too. No one's there. I never see it where it's not crowded.
That's true. It is pretty busy.
Yeah. So I saw opportunity. So I go,
as you often do.
Damn right. And and you take advantage. I took advantage of it. So
I was still asleep.
Yeah. And you wouldn't miss anything. If I hit Eagle Falls, you wouldn't know the difference. When I get back,
well, believe me, when you hit Eagle Falls, I definitely knew the difference.
Yeah, that's a weird way to put it, but yeah, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped and I parked. I get out. I'm all excited. I take my bag. I'm walking down there, and there's a little spot partially down Eagle Falls that I like to shoot. And I had a little 360 camera that I wanted to kind of put over the edge of the falls to get it.
He was using a selfie stick.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bitty camera. And the goal was, shoot the falls with the 360, and I thought that'd be cool. So I put my bag down.
It was more than cool. It was ice cold.
It was ice cold and hard. So I put my camera bag down because I didn't need it. And I just walked a few feet to the edge of the falls. And and it was not flowing real well. It was August.
Partially frozen, maybe. It was not August. It was the spring.
Well, whenever it was, the flow wasn't that good yet because it hadn't flowed.
And I don't even know if it was the spring. I just know it was still cold. It was freezing.
Yeah, it was cold. In the morning at Tahoe, it was cold. So I walked there. I put my bag down. And I walked towards the falls. Beautiful morning. I already got a nice sunset. And I had my little selfie stick with my little 360 camera. And I go, low flow. It's not going to be dangerous. It'll be pretty safe and easy. So I walked to the edge. And I'm filming all of this, by the way. I'm filming myself walk to the edge. And then I found a spot, and then I was going to just step out, hold a rock for balance so I wouldn't fall, lean out with the stick, get my shot, take it in, and be gone. Unfortunately, that's not what happened.
Well, it is what happened. The first part, you did reach out and step there.
And I did get my shot, but I got more of my shot than I thought because when I put my foot out, the slime on the waterfall's very slippery.
They said it was icy.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I stepped out there. Everything's cool until I started falling down the waterfall. So I slipped and I fell. And as soon as I started falling, I'm immediately thinking, keep my head up because I didn't want to hit my head on the rocks. So I'm bouncing off of rocks. So, oh my God, let me live. And then I, boom, hit the bottom of
no,
a
you
level.
Hit a boulder about halfway.
I hit a few on the way down. And I had my hands up just trying to keep my head up. I was able to think of that. So when I thumped at the bottom, I thought a second. I go, okay. I wiggle my toes. They moved. Then I started breathing. I didn't even open my eyes yet because I didn't want to know what happened. I was in extreme pain. And then I moved my knees. Then I opened my eyes. I go, okay, I have feeling. I can see. And then I checked myself for blood. I didn't have blood. And then I got my hat, put it back on. I picked up the little 360 camera while it's still filming. And I had to sit there to catch my breath, to say, oh my God. But adrenaline kicks in at this point. When you get a significant injury or something like this happens to you, the adrenaline kicks in. So the first thought after I realized I was okay in my mind was to get out of there, climb up the hill, get in the car, go back to Kathy and say everything's cool and no one would ever know I fell, because I did not want to be that guy. And then I started to try to get out of there, and it's all on film, and I couldn't get out. And I'm going, I hurt quite a bit. I was in a lot of pain. I broke my back, punctured my lung, broke 3 ribs, broke my scapula, about to go into shock. Then the adrenaline started getting away. And then I looked for a place to lay down on the rocks in the sun, somewhere where somebody could see me, number 1, because there's trees there. Number 2, I want to be in the sun so I could stay warm. By this point, I'm shivering. I'm uncontrolled shivers, about to go into shock. So I put my feet up, laid on a flat area, and got in position. And then I could barely move at this point because the pain was getting to be severe.
You cut up your hand too. Your hand was all
it was
cut
a
up.
mess. And then I start reaching in my pants pocket, and I felt my phone. I go, thank God. And I'm trying to slow everything down in my body so I don't go into shock. I'm breathing slow. I'm thinking slow. I have my eyes closed. I'm just concentrating on survival. I reach in my pocket. I grab my phone. I go, okay, that's good. Check. Then I look at my phone, and I could dial, which is good. And I called Kathy first, and my phone worked. At Eagle Falls, you have service or you don't. And I thank God every day I didn't leave my phone in my camera bag. If I wouldn't have had my phone, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
They informed me that they had an ambulance that came to the street above you, a ground vehicle.
Right.
And it was parked.
Mm-hmm.
However, they weren't sure yet if they were going to drag you up the hill on a gurney kind of thing, or if they were going to be able to bring helicopters in.
Right.
So they were still figuring that out.
Right.
They knew for a fact that they were going to bring a air ambulance.
Because I needed to go to Reno.
No, they were going to drive you there, but they thought you had to go quicker. So
Yes,
at some
I
point
did.
they knew to call an air ambulance. However, they weren't sure if they were going to get you up the hill by helicopter or pulling you up the hill with like a rope attached to it.
Right.
A couple people walked in. They ended up to be friends of somebody that was at the scene, and they were kind of saying, why is this closed? And the whole parking lot was closed. The road was closed both directions.
I never wanted to be that guy, but I was.
Nobody wants to be
No,
that guy.
hell no. One thing I didn't realize, it's quite an ordeal, and the terrain I was in, I couldn't get out. I wouldn't have been able to anyway, but it's hard to get in, and there's tall trees there. So they came down there, and they gave me a shot of morphine, which was heavenly because I was in such pain.
I think they put in an IV too.
Whatever they did, but I was still freezing and shivering. That never stopped. They started working on me, securing me, and then they had to roll me over sideways to get me on the hardboard.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, it's going to hurt. And I'm thinking, it can't be worse. When they rolled me over, I broke 3 ribs on that side. And that was the most pain I ever felt in my life. It was not good. So then they secured me. They wrapped me up with blankets and everything else. And then I heard the helicopter up ahead, and they were talking about what you were saying. Might have to drag them up. They were having a problem with a tree. The guide rope that they hook onto me, it wasn't long enough to clear the tree. The helicopter couldn't come lower. And I heard them talking about all that. And I'm going, please don't drag me up that hill. I don't want to bounce. I don't want to hit a bump. But, it was a mess.
Apparently, what they made it sound like was that one cable or, something comes down from the helicopter to the basket. But that cable has another rope that goes to the tree so that it doesn't start swinging or go, sway the helicopter. So, and the trees in there are dense,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll have pictures, but the trees are dense.
So they hooked me up. And then I always wanted to get a helicopter ride in Tahoe, but not like this. So they did hook me up. They had to move me about 10 feet, and then they started hoisting me up. I'm going, thank God. It was smooth, not bad.
But by hoisting you, you were in a basket way under this helicopter.
Well, yeah, I was wrapped. Yeah.
I didn't see any of it. They had me somewhere else. They didn't even want me to watch when they were hoisting you.
So that was kind of cool. I was still conscious. I never lost consciousness during this whole time, thank God. So they're hoisting me up, and I'm getting closer to the bottom of this helicopter. I go, this is kind of a trip. And then they pull me into the rail, and the guy, immediately talks to me. Communication's key to keep me going, check my mental capacities, injuries, what's going on. So we had a little conversation. I'm good, this, that, where do you hurt? And then they're coming, and then they landed in the parking lot. And that's when I guess I saw you for a moment.
I went over, they let me go and check on you. You were shivering. You were all wrapped up in blankets. Just your face was out.
Right.
You were in the little basket and in these blankets. You on the way there, not being with you. At least I got to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You recognized
Did you kiss me or something?
You kissed me.
Okay.
I mean, you wanted to kiss me.
Of course, baby. I wanted something hot.
But
oh, sorry.
Mike.
That's terrible. I was still shivering though after the kiss, but yeah. When I took off from the parking lot in the life flight, they had the nurses in there, and then there was a guy monitoring me 100% of the time. The other nurse, the female nurse, was checking the machines there. And then as we're flying, I'm still freezing, but they finally gave me some more morphine, wrapped me up again.
Heated blanket too. I think.
Something. I finally stopped shivering. And that was the biggest help I could have had, because I was just shivering, shaking the whole time. And it'd been probably since I fell and they got me in that life flight helicopter almost 2 hours. And then we're flying, and then I'm finally at a point where I could almost settle down and think I might be okay. So then I reach in my pocket again for my phone. And I told the two nurses, I go, you know what? I always wanted to ride in a helicopter over Tahoe and Reno, and this is the only time I'm going to do it. And I handed the phone to the girl next to me, the nurse, and I said, hey, you mind taking a selfie of us and get a little shot out the window so I could see what it looks like, because I can't see. They started laughing. And so she took the picture, and I'm doing a thumbs up to let everybody know I'm going to be okay.
So basically, the takeaways are people make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We learn from them. We're hoping you guys can learn from this one. Things that look safe aren't always safe. Things you think you can do, you can't always do. Thank God there's people out there to help.
Yeah, the most important thing to me after that is never go shoot alone. Always go with somebody. Be careful out there. It can happen. It does happen. I'm lucky I got a second chance. A lot of people aren't, and that's just fate. So don't take that chance. All right.
Okay. Are you hungry?
Oh yeah, I'm always hungry.
All right.
And we do gotta eat. We just do this, I guess, before dinner time.
It's always time to eat at our house.
Right.
All right, let's go.
All right. Take care.